Howdy, Hillbilly Nation. This is American Hillbilly. And welcome to the Guns, Beer, and Therapy Saturday Night Party. Ready? Look at that face! One less can of hard seltzer in this world. I'm proud of myself. Hey, Hillbilly Nation. How y'all doing? This is American Hillbilly. And man, have we got a show for you guys tonight. I mean, we have a rocking side chat already. Everybody in the green room, they're eating barbecue brisket and yellow M&Ms. I don't know. I mean, that's their rider for them to show up here this week. They wanted barbecue brisket and M&Ms. So, I mean, hey, you got to give them what they want, you know? Man, what a great side chat we already got going on here. We have a lot of fun in store for everybody tonight. And we're also going to be talking about this weekend that we are going to be having. And I say celebrating, and, you know, a lot of people say, you know, we're celebrating Memorial Day weekend. Well, the celebration, if there's going to be any celebration, is to honor the men and women that put their life and family, you know, on the line and fought for our freedom. I mean, the wonderful freedom that we have here today. And we want to make sure we keep that. So we're going to be honoring, you know, those heroes, those fallen heroes tonight. And so I think we're going to have a great night. So just buckle in and enjoy. And I'm going to start bringing out the guys in the green room. We got everybody, they need to start wiping their hands off, get that barbecue off and everything. So anyway, first one we're going to bring out is JH586. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. How you?
Doing great, man. Glad you can make it tonight.
Well, thank you for having me, man. It's always fun to hang out with you guys on Saturday night. We got quite the crowd backstage, and
oh man, yeah,
the brisket's gone. I hope you fed your wife before you fed us.
Well, I mean, yeah, a fella can only get in trouble so many times, you know. So hopefully everybody's got the little napkins back there to clean their hands off and everything and get ready to come on here because we don't know greasy barbecue, you know, stains on the screen or nothing. So up next, we have the one, the only, Bubba Triclops Ballistic. How you doing tonight, Bubba?
Doing good.
All right, man. Glad to have you on here tonight.
I'm glad to be here, brother.
All right. How was that brisket?
It was pretty good. Your bathroom's in poor shape right now. I'm sorry. No, never mind. No, it's bad. It's bad. The toilet grew legs and ran out of your house. I don't know if you heard it or not, but
we're gonna have to get a plumber in, no doubt.
And an exorcist.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for showing up tonight, Bubba. Up next, we have the one and only Gizzard Gary. How you doing tonight, Gary?
I'm doing all right. I'm just glad I got in there before Bubba did, man.
Well, yeah, we won't be pointing on any fingers tonight on
No. Thanks for having me, buddy.
Man, so glad you can make it, buddy. I mean, just really appreciate you being on here.
Well, thanks.
And up next, we have the man. I mean, we all can learn something from this man's son. And You know, when you raise a child and you see the dedication they put into something, this guy right here has to be very proud of his son. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the short that he put out. Hey, Mark, how you doing, buddy?
Doing fantastic. Welcome to the
All right.
Hillbilly Nation.
All right, buddy. Well, man, so glad to have you here. And man, I watched that short today for your son after running, track in the rain. After the season's over, man, that takes some heart. That takes some dedication. And I mean, you should be very proud. I mean, I am proud and happy for you, buddy.
We are extremely proud.
Oh, man, that is awesome. Well, up next, we have, I mean, this guy, he's like the myth, you know, the legend. They call him the Weasel because, like, he will sneak around and he will put out a video helping his friends. I mean, he's just recently done this for Jamie. And if you've not seen it, he is, you know, in full force helping somebody else as he always does. So I want to welcome the Scotsman on here. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man. I'm glad I could finally make it on here and howdy, Hellbilly Nation. Good to be here. Good to see everyone.
Man, good to have you tonight, buddy. So after Bubba got there, there's probably only M&M's left back there,
Bubba Don blew it up.
huh? All right. Well, we have one more guest sitting backstage waiting to come on here. And we never know, like, if we can get a hold of him or anything because he's in a undisclosed location all the time. And I mean, sometimes he comes out, you know, you see Pat in a tree, you see Pat in a bunker, see Pat in a tractor, you know. I mean, but this time we have Pat in the bunker. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for having me on tonight, sir. And I have researched.
Man, so glad to have you. And I tell you what, man, I'm just so happy to have you guys on tonight. And first of all, I want to also thank the side chat. I mean, what a rock and rolling side chat we got out there. And anyway, I'd like to ask, I think we did Jamie last time. So tell you what, Gary, would you like to introduce the side chat out there, buddy, while I get the next topic pulled up here and ready for everybody? I think you
I
muted,
suppose
buddy.
I ought to unmute, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that. I'm a little less than professional. Looking back
That
at the
would help.
beginning, I see Tactical Thud out there. MacMan 039 Reloading. Garage Guy 879 is out there. Bobby Barlow. Jamie JH 586 is with us and in here, as is Bubba. M. Gabriel is out there. MC is in the audience. G23 is out there. Mark Thomas out there. The Scottish American out there and in here. Let's see. Got to be careful not to mention people twice. So if I do, I apologize. Pat in a Bunker, I see out there in the chat. As is yours truly, Alaska One. Andy is out there. Dwayne 7834 in the audience. I see. Looking for duplicates. If I didn't mention M. Gabriel is out there. My screen just shifted on me. Doggone it.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, it just zoomed all of a sudden. I do see Vanessa Kitty is in the audience. Keith Gregory is out there. Tim S. is in the audience. Ozzy Osbourne barking at the moon. Viejo is out there. Viejo and I believe, hopefully, I did not miss anybody. I believe I got everybody. If not, wave your hand out there.
You betcha.
Yeah, you betcha.
All right, guys. Thank you all for showing up tonight, and we're gonna have a fun time. I did something I never do. I mean, from the time I started my show, when these panelists come on, they have no idea what we're going to be talking about, what the topic's going to be, or anything like that. So I like to keep them on their toes, keep them surprised. But tonight, I actually sent them out on the email. I was like, guys, we're going to be talking about a couple things. So you can be prepared, because I think it's a great topic tonight, and we're going to have a little fun starting out, and then we're going to get into what this weekend is all about. So anyway, here is the first topic that I gave these guys. Let me, I had it pulled up. What happened to it? Ah, there it is. All right. So we're having a fun contest starting out tonight with the panel. And we're going to see who can do their best impersonations of me, the American Hillbilly. And so, anyway, we're going to have some fun with this. I am happy to be the butt of this joke, because that's, if we can't have fun, guys, I mean, that, what are we doing? So anyway, I don't know if all these people, if on the panel, if they're participating or not. But anyway, we'll start out with Jamie, and he can do his or he can pass. And I want to talk to the side chat. You guys are going to be voting on who does the best impression. So let's have some fun with this. And as we go through the panel and you see everybody's impersonation of me, then you guys will get to vote. All right? So anyway,
I'm
we'll
going to
start
say
out
this
with
real quick. Myself
Yeah.
and Gary, only two that have actual hats on. So just
yeah. And I got inspired of this because Gary was super nice when I was not feeling good. My throat was hurting. He covered for me on a Saturday night, and he did such a wonderful job that this inspired this right here. So anyway, we'll start with you, Jamie. Would you like to do an impression of me?
I shouldn't, because our voices are so similar to begin with. It's kind of. Let me see if I can get in character here.
come on, Jamie.
Okay, pay
Come on,
attention,
brother.
side chat, because you guys are going to get to pick the winner.
Come
Pay
on,
attention.
brother. You got this.
That's one less can of hard seltzer in the world. I'm proud of myself.
I love it. Good job, Jamie. All right. Great job. So, Bubba, you're up next, buddy.
Before I do that, I was asked by a couple people already to do this, so I have to do this. And I apologize to anybody whose eyes this hurts. I was told to show the Screaming Eagle, so I am going to show the Screaming Eagle real quick. Let's see here. Boo, boo, boo.
Are we about to get banned?
Oh, no,
Probably.
no.
That's
I
okay.
don't think so. Let's see.
He's
It was
not
a
wearing
joke.
it.
It was a joke.
You're going to run off somewhere and poke your eyes out, though.
So,
Let's
let
see.
me know
Oh,
when
it's
you're
share
ready
screen
to share
again.
this,
It's saying I'm
Bubba.
sharing screen, but it ain't letting me.
And if you
Well,
didn't
I
know,
can add
Gary,
it.
you're probably
So,
running to the
so-
John.
I can add it
Jamie?
whenever you get the picture. Let me know, and I'll click on it, and it'll show it to the stream.
All right.
Jamie, can you drop
What's
a little
up?
blessing on all of us right about now?
So, you got the picture you want, Bubba?
I got them both up. I got them side by side.
Okay, I'm gonna pull you up full screen here. Then I want to share what you're showing. Okay, you ready?
Yeah. There we go, guys. There's the Screaming Eagles right there.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Ah.
All
Hey,
right,
I got
all
heart
right,
my wife.
all right. I'm gonna stop streaming.
I told you Bubba had Hillbilly had a better tan than me.
Oh, you're gonna have to put
I
it back
can't
up
help
there.
that.
Hey, Bubba, you're gonna have to put it back up there. My wife didn't see it.
All right, hold on. I gotta bring the share back up. Hold on.
I got to see this more than once.
I guess. I mean,
Hold on. Hold
you
on.
ready?
Open.
The creeks are rising.
Creeks are rising. Everybody's scared. It's just so-
All right.
Let's see. Pull this one over. And boom. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
There they are, fellers.
Oh my,
Ain't that hilarious?
that's hilarious.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Bubba.
Okay, that's enough.
You gotta take that off.
How high is the water, Mama? It's already over your head.
Wait. Look, do not look at my browser history. All I'm saying. I had to look through a lot of stuff that made me sick to my stomach to do this joke. All right. It was worth it, though. It was worth it.
We gotta catch up on some comments here. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious, buddy. Hey, guys says I'm afraid.
See,
Oh my goodness.
now you
That
you
is so
tickled.
wrong. I agree with you, Mac, man. That is wrong.
You're
My eyes
tickled
are
now,
bleeding.
Bubba. You can't do an imitation. You can't get your head straight.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Don't tell me when. I'll do the impression as best
Okay,
as my
let me
ability.
get caught up on some of these comments for everybody. Oh my goodness, that is just wrong room.
Mark, that's just wrong. Mark, that is wrong.
Look at Jamie's rock hard pecs. Oh my goodness.
Hey, they modeled for it. All right. Look, it ain't like.
Oh my goodness, this is hilarious, guys. I mean, I'm loving it. We're here to entertain everybody, so my goodness. If we can't have fun, then there's something wrong with us, you know it?
Looks like
So,
therapy
okay.
sessions in the future, poor garage guy.
All right, Bubba.
All right.
So, are you ready to do your impression of me, buddy?
All right, hold on.
You guys, remember, side chat, y'all are going to vote on this. So, I need to pick the best one.
I guess I'll just do your intro, all right?
Whatever you want to do, buddy.
Howdy, Hillbilly Nation. This here's American Hillbilly. There you go.
I love it, buddy. Oh, great. Oh, my goodness. All right, Scotsman, are you ready?
I guess so. I think he just kicked my ass, though. But, you know, I'm game. I'm game. I think I got a better hat, so.
You
Maybe-
definitely have a better hat. No doubt
maybe
about
I'll
that.
win
You
with
get,
the hat, you know.
you get points for the hat, you know.
I would hope so.
Well, in all fairness, mine's my dedication to the troops USA hat. So,
Well, there you go.
Yep. And it's an important weekend. I hope people out there remember what it's supposed to be and not what all these companies make it to be. That's the key point.
100%.
With that being said, what's up, Hillbilly Nation? This is American Hillbilly.
I love it, buddy. That is awesome. All right. Well, good job. We have, I mean, Mark, you and Gary and Pat's got a lot to compete with here. So, how are you ready, Mark?
Yep. And I'm not going to go
All
with the
right.
intro. I'm going to go with the outro. Because if the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, we'll see you all in the next one. Take care, Hillbilly
All
Nation.
right. Good one, buddy. Awesome. I love it, man. All right, Gary. So, are you ready, buddy?
Yeah, I've already did this once on the one
You
hand. On the
have.
other hand, I wasn't that great the first time, so
You been practicing?
not
I hope
really.
so.
Not
Not
really.
really?
But I'm going to give it my best shot, and may the best hillbilly wins. All I got. Are you ready?
Whenever you're ready, buddy.
Why, howdy there, hillbilly nation. This here's American Hillbilly.
I love it, buddy. I love it. Great job. Man, you guys are awesome. All right. We got one more person in the panel that Pat in the bunker. And, Pat, what do you got for Hillbilly Nation, buddy? Come on, give it to us.
Hey there, Hillbilly Nation. This is American Hillbilly. We're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to take all your questions and everything out there. There's a good side chat rocking out there. You know what? We're just going to kick back and we're going to have some fun tonight. And you know what? I'm going to get that old yeet cannon out and we're going to go shoot something.
He dang sure got the laugh right.
Oh, man. I love it, guys. Man. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I tried. I
this
tried
was
my hardest.
fun. Oh my goodness. So side chat. You guys have heard them right here. So put on the side chat who you think deserves the win tonight for the impression. All right. Just type in their names there. Give them a vote. Let's see who wins. And while we're doing that, we are also, I'm going to put up here. You guys want to make sure you get into the giveaway tonight. Hashtag HBN21. But let's get those votes out there first. I mean, we got to find out who wins tonight. So while we're letting these votes come in here, I want to go to you, Scotsman, and you guys already know kind of what the next topic is. So do you want to just give us a little, give everybody in the side chat and everything, a little bit about the next topic and what we're going to be talking about?
Well, you didn't give me a heads up on that one.
I didn't, did I? Just like when you asked me to say the American Legion that time.
I'm gonna say it's probably about this guy over here. I don't know for sure because he didn't tell me nothing, but we'll roll with that. Guys, if you haven't checked out Jamie or the Georgia Shoot Connection, please jump over there and support Jamie and the Georgia Shoot Connection. Jamie is close to 1,000, and we have a bunch of different prizes out there. A lot of people jumping in and adding to this. And if you do not know Jamie, Jamie is someone who is more than deserving of this. And I will say that wholeheartedly all day long. someone that I've known for many, many years, and I'm blessed to know. I'm blessed to call my friend and my brother. So, you haven't done so, jump over, hit that button, and help him get to that point.
You betcha. And I think we have a moderator or two out there. So if somebody can post Jamie's link, get over there and let's get him past 1,000 subs. Let's do it tonight. There's no reason waiting. I mean, let's get him there tonight. He has a great channel. He's such a good guy. Anytime somebody's in need, anytime somebody's in help, there's people that is in this community that just go on full board. You know, Scotsman's one of them. There's several of them, but Jamie is also another one. I mean, just goes all out to help everybody and support, you know, the 2A community and people in need. And so make sure you get over there to Jamie's channel and subscribe and share that with your friends. Let's get him up above 1,000 subs where he belongs. I mean, there's no reason this feller should not be above 1,000 subs. So make sure you get over there and click the link and subscribe to him. You won't be sorry. You'll be doing yourself a favor. And also, so I've been scrolling back through these deals here, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Pat in the Bunker might be the winner on the invitations.
It's the hat.
There's a lot of Pats out there. I mean, a lot of them.
He did a damn fine job, so
He did.
I tip my hat, sir.
So
Well, I'll tell you what. I think Scotsman's got the better hat with the beard because he looks the part. He almost looks like you could be in a ZZ Top man right there. I'm telling you, brother.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, and we got
You pulled it off. But yeah.
Yeah, and we got Mark Thomas and J.H. Jamie. I mean, you guys could like start a band with those beards.
Pat,
No
Pat
doubt
nailed
about
it, man. Pat nailed it 100%.
So anyway, we will be giving the win to Pat in the Bunker tonight. And Pat, I am going to be sending you something, and it's not the night that you already have. I've already sent you that. So I'm going to be sending you something special tonight, buddy. And I'm pretty sure I have your address. Well, you might send it to me again because I think when you send it, then it's automatically deleted after a few minutes. It just like turns to flames and burns up, so nobody can find where you're at. So,
Kind of like Hunter Biden's laptop.
yeah, I like the
That's
old show.
I get their hands on it.
Oh, did I say
what
that with
was
my mic unmuted? Whoops.
What was the old show where they'd send the message and
Mission
they'd
Impossible.
self-destruct? Yeah, that's what it was. This message will self-destruct in 5 minutes or
Mission
whatever.
Impossible.
That's kind of how Pat's address is. Like it comes out there for just a minute and then it just disappears. So anyway, all right. So we are going to get on to the main topic for tonight. But first, I was searching the internet today, and I found this video or this picture, and from all I could tell, it was a picture of Jamie showing off his new gift from Bubba. So let's take a look at this. You guys decide yourself if this is Jamie or not. I mean, I kind of thought it was, but I wasn't for sure. Yeah, Jamie's over there flexing, showing off his new gift.
Now listen, I didn't show nobody's butt. Okay, I didn't show no butt. That was on you. All right, I feel sorry for your search history because it might be as bad as mine now.
Lord,
Jamie,
I
let's
apologize
do this,
for
buddy.
Hillbilly Nation. Be with the starving pygmies in New Guinea. Amen.
All right. So let's get on the topic at hand for this weekend. Make sure you get your hashtags out there, guys. We're collecting uh, uh, the hashtags for tonight's giveaway. So make sure you get your hashtag out there. It is hashtag HBN for Hillbilly Nation 21. So make sure you get those in there. And we'll go on to the next topic. And we'll just go ahead and start back up with you, Jamie. So the topic that, I figured this is just a great weekend. I mean, that we get to honor those men and women that served this country and did not make it home, to their families and stuff. So anyway, I thought, we just really need to bring this up. So this topic is, what does Memorial Day mean to you? And do you have any stories that you want to share about it?
Yeah, I do. Every Memorial Day, I think of my granddad. He passed away in '97. He was drafted into the United States Marine Corps uh, in 1941, early 42. But before his report date, he went and joined the United States Navy. He was in the second ship that hit Normandy Beach on June 6, 1944. Uh, was The tide left his ship stranded on Normandy Beach for 12 hours, and he when the tide came up, they were able to go back to England and get another load and come back, and this went on for several weeks, and then when they had established the beachhead and started moving forward in the European theater, he went to the Pacific theater where he served until uh, he I think he got out and after the victory of Japan, and he had two Purple Hearts and two Bronze Stars, and at Memorial Day, I think about him and think about his service and think about how close I came to never meeting him because obviously, you know, my mom was born while he was gone, and she was born about 3 months after he left. He didn't get to see his baby girl born, and of course they had my aunt Joni later, but yeah, he he paid a price. But this weekend is about remembering the folks who gave that last full measure of devotion and left their life there where they served and didn't make it home. So this weekend is not a time to tell a veteran Happy Memorial Day. It's it's a time to go and pay your respects to your in your town. There's a place where they're having a Memorial Day ceremony, and I would encourage everybody to go because the crowds at those things are getting less and less every year. But it's about the guys that gave their lives, and I appreciate you listening to me.
Man, that's a great story, Jamie. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, man. And I mean, you're right on point. I mean, There's so much more to this weekend than hamburgers and hot dogs and a 3 day weekend. And I don't think, people understand that enough. And so that's one reason I wanted to have this as a big topic for the show tonight because, I mean, man, if those men and women did not do what they did, we'd not be sitting here tonight. But the freedoms that we have and being able to, I mean, enjoy our family and friends this weekend and, um, do what we do. So we owe it all to them. And thanks a lot for Jamie for that story. That's a great story, and I really do appreciate that. So Bubba, what does Memorial Day mean to you, and do you have any stories you'd like to share about Memorial Day, or have to do with Memorial Day?
Well, my grandfather, he's 84 years old. He's still alive today, and he served on the 34th parallel in the Korean War. Uh, Saw a lot of his buddies die, and but he was a base medic, so he never actually got to go out and fight. But his brother served in World War II and came in right around World War One ending. And I never got to meet him, but he told me a bunch of stories and stuff like that. And I got a couple uncles that were POWs, and one of them was an MIA POW. And this holiday is, it's one to celebrate. At the same time, it's one to be somber and solemn about, in my opinion, when it comes to stuff like this. These people gave their lives for a country that like especially the Vietnam War, for a country that did not appreciate it at all, and especially nowadays, this country's come to the point where it's not appreciating it and not taking it as a solemn day, and they really should. They don't understand how important it actually was for these people to give their lives, and how much of a sacrifice these people made, and how much of a hardship that they had to go through. I actually can't phrase the word for what they had to go through, Um, but it's a day to be somber. It's a day to be solemn. It's a day to be humility for humility, and it's a day that like Jamie was saying, that few people celebrate the actual meaning of it. That people's like, oh, it's like beer's free. Let's go get some beer or whatever, just or some cheap beer or yada yada yada. Let's go get drunk and stuff like that. It's like, no, it's not that. It's more. It should be treated more with sanctity than it is, and that's what it means to me. I mean, yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing that, Bubba. And also, I want to add, I agree with what Jamie and Bubba has said so far. No doubt about. I mean, it is a day that we need to remember. We need to cherish our children and grandchildren. The reason for this weekend, but also, um, it's the reason I say this because my grandfather was in World War II, and I had a lot of family in different wars, but you know, uh, his main deal was man, don't you don't have to thank me, just celebrate or appreciate and celebrate what these people gave their life to because we were over there for freedom for our family and our country, and that's something that you should be proud of. So even though it is a somber weekend as far as, you know, losing men and women that fought for this country and fought for our freedom, but also, you know, we want to honor them. We want to celebrate them, you know. And so, you know, with that being said, let's go on to Scotsman.
So, with what you're talking about, I'm going to throw out first off that most people will never understand what these people believed they were fighting for. And when I say that with good meaning, because these people believed they were fighting for our freedom. They were fighting for a lot more than people take into regard today. And that's a huge thing. I have met many people over the years, being in the firearms industry. One particular individual who comes to mind served in World War II. And he is probably one of the most badass people I've ever met in my life. This man, when I lived in Georgia, they pushed him to the back of the store. I do not understand why. If you truly respect what that man did, he would be up front. And every time this time of year came around, they pushed him to the back of the store. I can never understand why. When that man fought for everything that you have, everything that you claim to be and be an American, why would you push him to the back of the store? Why would you take what he has done and make it nothing? Because that's what you're doing. You're basically making it nothing.
Yeah, the guy's a superstar.
This man literally was a freaking superstar. And it pissed me off, man. It pissed me off a lot, and I made sure people knew about it.
Yeah.
And you know me, man. I'm not one to keep my mouth shut, and I let it go. And before you know it, he was up front. And that's where he should be. You know, this is something that's near and dear to me, because it's been a long journey to get where I'm at now. And I'm blessed to have been a citizen now for the last couple of years. It was a long journey to get to that point. And if it wasn't for everyone that had been out there fighting for our freedoms and fighting for our rights and fighting for me to be able to come here and do this, I wouldn't be here. And, you know, when we say things like God bless America and God bless those that have done this and done that, it's not a joke, people. You know, I say God bless America with freaking pride.
Amen, brother. I agree with you.
You know, I love this country. This country's given me more than I'll ever be able to explain. And whether folks out there on the side chat can understand it or not, that's on you. Like, literally, it's on you. It may seem like a small thing, but it's not a small thing.
Yeah. It's not. I mean, that's some great information there. Great story, Scotsman. And you know, coming from you, I know a lot of people on here probably kind of know your background, but there, might be some people watching this video, maybe not now, but maybe on a recording. And with what you said, I mean, that means a lot to me. But would you care real quickly to give a little bit of your background and what you said? Like that means even more because you you have a story behind that, and you're so thankful for what was done, here. And so, if you wouldn't mind to elaborate on that just a little bit for folks that might not know you.
Sure, man. So I came here in 2005. I came here on a whim, with a hope and a prayer, if you would. And literally, I fought. And I fought and I fought and I fought. And I did everything I had to buy the book as much as I could in order to make things happen and to be here and be a part of this awesome nation. And it wasn't easy by any means. For the first year or so, it was a lot of work, and there were a lot of things that I had to do that were not technically by the book, just to survive and to make it through. There's a lot of money involved, and a lot of things that I had to do and spend money on, and this, that, the other to get where I'm at. Not a simple process by any means of the matter. But at the end of the day, I will say that I'm still blessed to be here. And I'm blessed that I did it. And I'm blessed to have so many folks around me, yourself, Jamie, Mark, and many others, Gary, and so on, that have gave me the encouragement to do so, and to be here and to fight for it. If it wasn't for you guys, I don't know if I would have done it. I really don't. It's originally back in the day, and we're talking, I don't know, we're in 2023. It's probably back 2015, 2016, somewhere in there. I was of the mindset of I'm okay just being on the green card and doing the green card thing, and I'm okay with that because I really don't have to worry about anything else. But with the encouragement of you guys out there and so many others in the side chat and so on, when it came around to it, I realized that it was something that had to be done. And it had to be done because this country is in a place where we need more people stepping up. And we need more people fighting for our rights. And I couldn't necessarily do that as a non-citizen. And so it was the right thing to do. And a lot of people told me I was wrong in doing it. And to those people, I've said, you know what? No, it was the right time to do it because we're in the biggest fight at this point in time for our rights. And it had to be done. Had to be. And I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed to be part of it. And, probably being an American, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you for sharing
Glad
that.
to have you,
That's
Scotsman.
awesome. It's awesome. I mean, that's what,
Beautiful.
just brings
Beautiful.
my heart joy. Somebody that, from another country comes here and they feel like that. And uh, my son-in-law, he can't, he's never been on her tonight, but I thought about asking him, but he's on a 5-week field trip. He is from the Philippines, and as soon as he was able to, he joined the service, you know, and he had, he had a young daughter, like just a few months old, and he told me, he said, "Dad," he said, "man, I'm so thankful to be here. I want to serve this country, even though I don't want to leave, my lovely wife and my newborn, baby girl. But I'm so thankful to be in this country that I want to serve it." And so, I mean, it's just, that's what it's about, guys. I mean, um, we get the opportunity here to live in just, wonderful country. And it's about bringing honor to those that served, and not only that, but those ones that gave all, for their country. And we need to remember that. And I know this is guns, beer, and therapy, and we are going to have some laughs later too. But it's what's important right now that we are able to do this, and so that's why I wanted to do this topic, and just to remind everybody what this weekend is about. So we'll go on to you, Mark.
Well, I try to teach two very important lessons every year to my students, and one is November 11th, Veterans Day, and that is a celebration of all veterans who served, whether in wartime or not. And Memorial Day is not necessarily a celebration, but a commemoration and a recognition of the sacrifices that so many had to give. I mean, Memorial Day is about the people who lost their lives, who paid the ultimate sacrifice, who did not make it back. And we've all talked about some of our family members. My grandfather, Grandpa Tony, he served in World War II. He was an ambulance driver. I believe he was in Poland and in Germany. He did make it back, but his brother, my great uncle John, who served and fought in the Battle of the Bulge, did not make it back. And that's one of those where we're talking about a commemoration. It's not a celebration. It's not about sales. It's not about just a day off. It's not about hot dogs and hamburgers. It's about remembering those who served, who paid the ultimate sacrifice. And just the same as Veterans Day, where we celebrate and recognize those that served, this is a more somber, more more serious recognition of those that served who did not make it back. And I think about both my grandfather and my great uncle. Tomorrow, I will appreciate the day off. I will appreciate the beginning of summer. I'm not going shopping, not going out for any sales, and we may have some burgers and dogs on the grill, just because that's what we do. But it is a commemoration, not a celebration.
And that's great. Great, Mark. Thanks for sharing that. And guys, Mark is a history teacher. And, I just want to shout out Mark for teaching, our young people, what things like this means. I mean, it goes, our teachers, we can't, I know there's some that's kind of off the rocker a little bit, but man, our good teachers like Mark and others, man, they, give our young people the opportunity and stuff to learn what true history is. and and the respect of it and everything. So I mean, I thank you so much, Mark, for sharing that. I mean, I really do. That's awesome. And so, Gary, we'll go to you next, buddy.
Well, it's going to be pretty repetitive because I think a lot of people's stories are the same. And I know we start out talking about the memories we had based on the people we knew. And in my case, there's a lot of it because my dad served in World War II. He got out of high school in 1942, and in 1943, at the age of 20, he met the girl of his dreams. They got married, and he was promptly drafted a month later. And he got to serve overseas in the 3rd Armored Division in the infantry as a tank driver and tank commander, and served in the Battle of the Bulge, among other things, in the occupation of Europe. And he told me of many a battle. One particular story, I remember his entire unit went into a battle and came out with all of 3 tanks, and that was it. His was one of them. They lost everything else. They were lucky to get out with what they had. I had an uncle that served in the Normandy invasion, so I've heard firsthand stories of that stuff. So we all know about the heroes who came home to the parades and the ticker tape and all the recognition and the American Legion meetings and all that stuff. And we think of them as heroes, and they were heroes. But we take this weekend to remember the people who didn't come home. Maybe they got to come back here to be buried. Many of them are buried abroad, close to where they died and stuff like that. And these people were just as much heroes as the ones who came home. Most of these people didn't want to go overseas, but they had a duty, they had a belief in their country and in the freedom that we believe in. They thought it was important enough to go over there and defend against tyranny, against everything else that was going on in the world, whether it be in World War II, Vietnam, Korea, Iraq, wherever it may be. The ones who didn't make it home, the ones who died in service, these are just as much heroes as the men who came home. And this is their day. This is their ticker tape parade. This is their memory. So let's not, deprive them of that. Let's give them that memory and say thank you for the ultimate sacrifice, for what you gave us. And we honor all of you this weekend. Thank you.
And if I can, Gary, let me add to that. A lot of these people that did this were under 20. They were teens, guys. They were absolutely freaking teens, and they didn't know what they were getting into. But they had the balls to step up. They had the balls to do what they had to do, and they did it. And so many of them didn't make it home.
Some of those young men were actually less than 18, had taken identification from older brothers or cousins, and at 15 or 16 years old, signed up and went and fought and unfortunately died. Those are young men beyond their years.
Exactly.
G23 has a good comment out there. Not everybody was celebrated when they came home. Some people weren't celebrated when they came home, depending on the times that they returned. So not everybody was hailed as a hero, but the ones they should have been, and the ones that definitely gave their life in service to this country, all deserve to be called heroes. Every last one of them that served under that flag are heroes.
Yeah. 100%. Sorry about that, guys. I had a dog that's evidently thought their coon outside the window was more important than my live stream. So,
That's understandable. Trust me. In the same boat.
but anyway, guys, great story, Gary. Man, appreciate that. So, Pat, we'll be on to you next, buddy. What's this weekend mean to you, and what would you got anything you'd like to share about it?
Well, okay. Well, I'm about ready to go on a run here, so bear with me.
That's fine.
Scotsman, I'm going to
This
dovetail off.
this isn't rant and raves, so
No, I'm just going on a run. I'm going on a little bit
Okay.
of street. So nothing bad. Just to dovetail off of Scotsman right there. I appreciate your citizenship here. I really do, because there's probably about half to 2/3, 3/4, whichever way you want to slice it, that won't stand up like you will, that have been here 5, 6, 7 generations, that won't stand up for what they believe in. And it's people like you that come into this country that appreciate the rights that we all have. And it's not government given, it's God given rights. Not by any man. It's by God. And I'm glad you appreciate that, and I'm glad you stand up for that. So, anyway, with that out of the road, I have a little cemetery up the road from where I farm, and there is a tomb. And it's a soldier from World War One. And we were driving by that when I was about 8, 9 years old. And I was like, Dad, I said, what's that lonely tombstone in that cedar tree over there? And this is an old cemetery, y'all. I mean, it's dating back to like 1850. And, most of it's covered over, but the last couple of years, it's been cleaned up and everything, because I've been on a board and got it cleaned up and, did a lot of it myself and everything. But
that's awesome.
at that time, I was asking, I said, what's that lonely? And it was right in the corner of the cemetery, right where they'd put the post. And I was like, you couldn't hardly see it. And I was like, well, what's that lonely one sitting there? And he goes, oh, I'm not sure. So we stopped, we took a look at it, and from World War One, a soldier from my little itty bitty little town. I mean, I'm talking under 150, y'all. He went there and died, and another one right beside it from World War II, just a little bit outside of that cedar tree. And I was like, for some reason, that just hit me really, really hard. And once I finally got old enough to really understand it, 15, 16 years old, we went and we started cleaning up that cemetery and stuff. And for some reason, it just, those people that would go and do something like that the rest of us, whether we weren't, either we weren't capable or we weren't drafted or, anything, or didn't volunteer. Those people that went there to do that and gave their lives to do that, and just something like that, just to rot in the side of the cemetery, man, that just frustrated me to no end. And I was like, no, it should be cleaned up, and these people should be remembered.
You bet.
And when I
Well,
did that, I felt
that's a
a sense of,
testament to you, man. You stepped up to the plate and went there and cleaned it up. So it's a testament to you.
Yeah,
well,
100%.
and another thing, I felt like, well, once I finally got older and went there and actually cleaned it up, once I finally wrapped my mind around it, it was almost like a sense of civic duty to remember those people to do that, because they didn't, just like like you were talking about, Scotsman, just like being shoved to the side and put in the back. It was the same metaphor. Basically in the trees, in the weeds. You know, and it's like this headstone, this person does not deserve to be forgotten. Everybody that drives by this place, even though there's not a lot of people that drive by that place because it's down an old minimum maintenance road. I farm right beside it and everything, but it just bugged me to no end. So that's the way I felt. So anyway, that's it, and it's a remembrance day, just to remember the people. Just give them your thoughts and prayers for a minute, and God bless everybody that does. God bless the fallen, and God bless their families.
You betcha, buddy. Dan, thanks a lot for sharing that with us. Oh man, I guess it's my turn. Um, I I for one, with family, with military background and stuff, I wanted to join the service when I was 18. I had 2 full free ride baseball scholarships, in front of me. And when I talked to my recruiter, as I started going to the physical, they found out I was deaf in my right ear. So they wouldn't take me. And I graduated in 1987. And so a lot of my friends, that I went to school with was in Desert Storm and stuff. But it all revolves back to, when my grandfather's being in World War II. And thankfully, they had made it back, fine, but not without seeing a lot of stuff that, a lot of us would, probably couldn't even imagine, one of my grandfathers that I talked to a lot, he was a tank driver. And I had an uncle that was in the Air Force for Vietnam. The list just goes on and on. And, even though we were fortunate enough that, every one of them got back here safely, you just, what you seen in them, the respect, for those fallen men and women that did not make it back here. And I still have a son-in-law and 2 nephews that's still in the service, right now. And, so, I have the utmost respect for all of our people that's in the service, the men and women that serve this country. And there's a couple things I just was wanting to bring up. So Memorial Day, it was it really started getting recognized. There was, of course, the Civil War, and the North and the South kind of had different days that they remembered, their fallen, from the North and South. But it was at World War One that this country, it came together, and that was when this holiday was made a national holiday. that, Americans have come together. They can forget the past. They're fighting together as Americans, and they brought a national holiday for those that did not, make it home. And that says right there a lot about the country, that, our forefathers have founded and, and based, their beliefs on, freedom for everybody. And oh man, it just goes back so far. With that, our American flag. If you do a little research about Star Spangled Banner, even before we become a free nation, from England, the whole British Navy was firing on one fort that had hardly any soldiers in it. It was men and women. And they said, we will not stop firing until that flag comes down, till we blow that flag up. That the flag is fallen, that we will know that we have conquered, the United States, that we can, be in control of them. Well, if you listen to the music, if you've done any back search on the person that wrote that song, he was standing on a British ship and watching this, and he could do nothing. And the flag never fell. It leaned a little bit, but the flagpole and the flag never fell. And after it was, the British gave up and everything, that flagpole, man, almost brings tears to my eyes. That flagpole was surrounded by dead bodies of men and women that was trying to hold up that flagpole, not to give the, defeat, for our country. And those men and women, the bodies that was piled around that flagpole, is what kept that flagpole standing up with American flag still flying from it. And, please go do your research on that, because, it kind of, that's where it started at. And we owe, all these men and women and children, even in that instance, that gave their lives so we can have what we have today. We can enjoy these freedoms. We can, we can do what we want today, within the laws of this country. And, brings right down to our, Second Amendment right, and, we need to stand together and stand strong for the men and women that fought for our country. We need to celebrate their hero, them being heroes and stuff. And one more story I want to share. This is a little later on in the Vietnam War. My grandmother was a postmaster at our little town right here. And, one of the boys that's here, he was in trouble all the time, and stuff. Didn't come from a very good family. And he was drafted. And every day, my grandmother took time out of her job being postmaster and wrote these boys that were in, the Vietnam War. Wrote them letters, told them about how their families was doing, how things was going on here. She sent, I think she said there's like 17 young men that she was sending letters to, at least once a month. She tried to do it more than that. And so one of these young men that really had a rough family, just really didn't have much. His family weren't really sending him no letters. They every month or every 2 weeks, and whenever they got the mail call where they were able to during the Vietnam War, they got that mail. He knew there's going to be a letter in there for my grandmother. This guy, he got 3 Purple Hearts. And when he come back, he gave all three of those to my grandmother. And I mean, you know, a lot of times on video I say, make somebody's day better. That's all she's doing. She's trying to make somebody's day better in, a world of chaos and in a world of, not knowing there's anybody there to support you. So on top of all this weekend, as we're remembering the men and women, we got to celebrate our heroes. And, you know, um, I don't think they'd want us to be really sad and somber. I think they would want us to have pride in what they've done for us and, for the country. I know I would. If my life was given over there, I'd want people to, be happy and proud of, the men and women that, was along beside, that gave their lives. And so, as we don't want to celebrate it with joy, but we also have this tendency that we need to be thankful and happy and proud of those people. So, anyway, man, this show never gets this sad. But anyway, let's get on to something. Actually, anybody in the panel got anything to add? Anything they want to say before we go on to the next topic? Because we're going to go on to some firearms here, and then we're going to do that real quick, and then we're going to have a giveaway. So let me pull up the banner here for the giveaway. It is hashtag HBN21 for Hillbilly Nation, and we're going to have a wonderful prize for y'all. So would anybody like to say anything else on the panel before we start to move on to the next topic?
I'm going to jump in and say it's not a sad thing, because you mentioned sad. It's really not a sad thing. And I say that because people need to realize and understand that we are being thankful for all those that have done the ultimate thing. And it's not sad because they fought for something they believed in. Therefore, it's not sad. It's something that they truly believed in. They put their heart into it, and they paid the ultimate price. So therefore, in my opinion, it's not a sad thing. It's something that they truly believed in, something that they truly gave their life for, with respect to what this country is supposed to stand for.
And if I may, I want to say something about a comment that G23 wrote earlier on. Said he played taps at the end of his show and
Yes, he did.
talked about this great nation. A lot of times we get on our vents and we fuss about this, that, and the other, but the real America, the great United States, is not what you see on TV. It's not what you see on the newspaper. It's people like what we're talking about tonight who gave that last full measure of devotion. People who are still serving and still are willing to go fight our wars for us because we're too old now. And not just that, but people that get up out of bed and go to work every single day, making cars, trucks, tires, air conditionings, like me, doing stuff to help educate our kids, whatever that job may be. Trash guys, those we're heroes too. We get up and we go to work every day, and that's what makes America great. Not
100%, Jeremy.
not fussing about liberals on TV or on YouTube or nothing else. and we all do it. But that's the great in America that I know and love. Is
So next time Bubba goes
one of
fussing
the
about
one of the biggest differences between your basic liberal and what an American is supposed to be is we Americans don't gripe. We get up, we go do, we have to do what we got to do, and we make it happen, and we deal with it. It may not be the greatest freaking life we ever got, but guess what? We're happy to have it. Why? Because God bless America.
amen, brother.
And talking about
Yeah.
songs, Taps is a good one, but one of my favorite songs to listen to on Memorial Day is the Ragged Old Flag by Johnny Cash.
yeah.
That's one of my favorite things to listen to. Pumps me up pretty hardcore, and
That's a
really-
good one.
really puts me in the spirit
That's a
of it.
good one.
Yeah. And GGW says, I'm not too old. I'm just waiting for him to come here.
There's if y'all remember the movie Saving Private Ryan,
Yeah.
John Williams orchestrated that movie, and tomorrow morning we'll be playing "Hymn to the Fallen" at church and doing laying of the hat ceremony at my church, and we'll be playing that piece of music. So I'm looking forward to that. So maybe we can get on to a lighter topic. And
Yes,
I'm
Yeah,
thinking-
you bet. And one more thing I had wrote down here that I was going to say and I forgot about it. There is documentaries and stuff out there of people that we might not even know what they did. One that I'd watched that brings to memory, and we'll go on to the next topic, but real quick, I just wanted to say this. If any of you guys remember the old sitcom Green Acres, so Oliver Wendell Douglas in there, his name was Eddie Albert. I watched this, it blew my mind. I had no clue. When they stormed the beach in Normandy, he was a boat driver. He was in the service. And as he seen what was happening after he dropped his, the crew that was on the ship, off and backed up, and he was ordered to come back and get some more, he seen what was happening. And they had started like picking up some people that was in the water and stuff. And this was told by another person that knew him, and then they interviewed him. He's like, yeah, but I don't want no credit for it. I was just living for the country. But he turned his ship sideways and took bullets coming from shore into his ship, knowing that he might not make it or whatever, for people to get onto his ship that was injured and take him back to the main ship before he took another transport in. So there was so many people that we may have seen on TV and stuff that are real heroes that we just really did not know their story or know anything about them. And so, there's a lot to celebrate, and, I'm so thankful for you guys, side chat and the panel. Man, you guys are just awesome. And so the next topic we're going to get on to is it has to do, we're just going to get into some firearms. So we're going to start with you, Jamie. And since, this is a gun channel and, a lot of us own one or two, let's go over just a few firearms that was used in wars. And, name a few of them. Is it in any war, I guess, and was it a good one or a bad one?
I own a Finnish Mosin Nagant that was manufactured originally in Russia, and it was captured by the Finns and arsenaled, put a new Seiko barrel, Seiko stock. It was the octagonal receiver. I also own a what I thought when I won the prize was I thought it was a Yugoslavian model M48. Well, it turned out to be a Yugoslav capture German K98. So I have a German rifle and a Russian rifle, but I think my prized possession as far as war type stuff, I own a 1913 manufactured Browning 1911 Colt 1911 manufactured in 1913 that was
Nice.
brought back from
Nice.
Korea that may have been used in World War One, World War Two, and Korea. But
Wow.
I'm pretty much certain that it was used in Korea.
Man.
So, I mean, it's got a 5-digit serial number. It was made in 1913. So
Man, that is something to be proud of there, Jamie.
it is, and it's rough. And Scotsman was there when I bought it, so he knows about it. He's seen it.
Yep.
Well, you got the
Absolutely.
Scotsman's approval, then that's good enough for me.
It's an awesome thing when people reach out and ask questions. I'm a big revolver guy, and so to me, it's always nice when people ask questions and they have these things, whether it be email or text or whatever. And I'm happy to help people out no matter what. So you guys email me, you will get a response. It may take me a little bit depending on what's going on, but you will get a response. And I've talked to many people over the years and helped many people over the years. And it may be a simple thing of dating the firearm or looking at the condition of it, this, that, the other. For me, it's a pleasure to do so. And I'm happy to help people whenever I can. So, you guys have something you're looking at and you have questions about or you're concerned about, whatever, just let me know. Just like with Jamie and many others, it's been a pleasure of mine to be able to help out and make sure you get something good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's even more better when he's standing right there, and you can just turn around and hand it to him.
So, Bubba, what about firearms that's used in war? You got anything to say about that, bud?
There's 4 big ones. 3 of
Four
them I
big-
want. One of them I will never be able to get. First one, Mosin Nagant. Probably one of the best rifles I've ever seen. The Enfield that fires a 303 British, which was used in World War One, and was also used even in parts of World War Two. Even though most of us had most of our side had M1 Garens, because that's how the guy's last name is pronounced, Garens, and M1 carbines. And then the third is the Kar 98K, the enemy's rifle. The last two, or whatever, the Enfield and the Kar 98K were bolt guns. Imagine that, bolt guns fighting against people with semi-automatic weapons. That, in my opinion, if I was on the enemy side or whatever, first thing I would have done if I took anybody out was grab the Garand and then move on. I ain't using that bolt gun no more. I ain't using the bolt gun. People slinging 10 rounds of 30-06 down range And I ain't got no armor, man. They're gonna take out the guy behind me. No, I'm taking the 30-06 and
Yeah.
moving on. Now the fourth gun, which isn't often talked about, like and it was actually made. This gun was made, believe it or not, in the 1800s. It was made in the 1800s. I think it was 1865 was when it was made, and that's the Maxim water cooled machine gun. And it's still active to this
Yeah.
day. They're using it in Ukraine right now, actually. And
Yeah.
it was literally a full on machine gun that was made in the 1800s. And it was one of the ones that has a giant barrel around. It's a giant shroud around the barrel, and you literally poured water in it to cool the barrel off. And it would vent out kind of like a steam pot on the oven or whatever. And it was just an amazing gun. It was absolutely crazy the way it functions and stuff. The amount of it was way beyond its time as far as the creation process is concerned, because it was one of the first ones that just automatically fed and fired, and it's just an amazing gun. Which, by the way, was also what was used to storm our guys on the beach of Normandy. So that makes it even twice as scary for the people that survived the Normandy attack. So,
Awesome. All right, buddy. Thanks for sharing. So Scotsman, we'll go to you, bud. He may have to go fill up his cup or empty one. So we'll go on to you, Mark. We'll go back to Scotsman.
All right. I have two pieces of history in my collection. I have one Walther P-38 that grandfather brought back from World War II. And the story went that as an ambulance driver, they were going down the road. They came upon a German fighter pilot who had parachuted out. And when they searched him inside his jumpsuit, they found this pebble grained holster with a P-38 and two magazines. It's it's in really good shape. It's quite a shooter. It's one of my prized pieces of the collection. It'll pass on to my son. It's a piece of history. The other that I have, I don't know what provenance, but it's a Yugoslav SKS. Has the grenade launcher up on the front, 7.62 by 39, internal 10-round magazine. It's just a hell of a rifle. Nothing could hurt this thing. It's just a hell of a shooter. But those are the only two that I have in my collection, or that are, honest to goodness, sort of war relics. And just love them. Good pieces of history, real fun to shoot.
All right. Well, that's awesome, Mark. Thanks for sharing, buddy. I think Jamie's got to jump off here, so we'll let Jamie plug his channel and whatever he'd like to say. He's got church in the morning, and as we finish going around the room, we'll go ahead and do the drawing. So if somebody else needs to jump off here, we won't be too long here. And then those ones that want to stay will go on to another topic. So, Jamie, the floor is yours, buddy.
Hey man, I just want to thank you for having me on tonight. I love the topic. I love history, and of course, I love firearms. And I appreciate all the videos and stuff. I don't do real great with attention, so but I appreciate Scotsman getting us started. It's getting really close, and I got to come up with some prizes to give away to some viewers, and golly, man, y'all been so good to me, and I can't thank you enough. And just check us out on Georgia Shooting Connection Friday nights at 8 o'clock. And if you like what you see on JH586, um, I hope you'll subscribe. And I got a couple more videos I'm working on. Hope to have them up by the end of next week. Y'all have a great Memorial Day, and remember what it's for. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank
See
you so
y'all.
much
Thank
for
you, Jamie.
being on,
See
Jamie.
you,
Man.
Jamie.
We
night.
appreciate
Thanks for
you.
being on, Jamie.
You have a good weekend.
Night, brother.
Have a good one, brother. God bless.
All right. Great guy, man. Again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to Jamie. If you are subscribed, share his channel to some friends and family because they're going to love his channel. No doubt about that. And, have them subscribe. I mean, the guy puts in the work and does such a great job. And so, anyway, we kind of moved around here a little bit. We missed you a second, Scotsman, but since the panels moved around here after Jamie left, we'll go ahead to go to Gary, then we'll go on down to you. We're going down to the bottom row there. So, Gary, firearms that was used in wars, what do you got to say about them?
Well, I don't know if this counts, but I have. It used to be my father's, but it is a Mauser rifle that was made in 1935, and Dad shipped it home when he was overseas in World War II. But it's a bolt action Mauser that was chambered in 22 long rifle. And I looked up some history on it. It was made in 1935, and it was used for training the infantry originally in the war, and then later on it was used by the what they called the Hitler Youth, or the basically the older kids that they ended up drafting into the service and stuff. So you could say it was used on the wrong side, but it's definitely a piece of history. And I might add, it's a pretty darn accurate little 22. That's really all I got.
Cool. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a piece of history as far as a firearm for wars. I mean, thanks for sharing there, Jamie. I really appreciate it, buddy. And we're going down to you, Mark. You talk anything about any firearms that was used in the war?
I was talking to my son a little bit. The the P38 that I have was a bring back, and the Yugo SKS is I don't know when it got used, but if it got used, that's pretty much what I have.
Yeah, I think I gave $150 back in the day for my first SKS. Of course, I ended up trading it off on something else, but I believe somebody shared the other evening they were at a gun show or something back in the day, and there's a 55-gallon drum just full of SKSs for like $125. Pick your own, and 125 out of the drum. And I believe those were used by the Chinese, wasn't it? Or somebody who's got better knowledge about that, but I think that's what they were used by. But awesome, Mark. Well, thanks a lot. So, Scotsman, we'll go on to you.
I only got one that's probably in that kind of realm. I have an old school, and I've never done a video on it yet, but I intend to. I have an old school JP Sauer 1915 and 32 ACP. And you want to talk about an accurate little pistol? It is an accurate little thing, and it has almost zero sights on it. But it is a shooter, and I picked that up for a heck of a price when I bought that thing, and I've had that now for probably it's got to be at least 6 or 7 years. That thing is a heck of a shooter. I finally got some ammo for it probably about 4 years ago, somewhere in there. And I finally shot it for the first time about 2 years ago. But that thing is a heck of a shooter. It's a JP Sauer 1915. It's super, super rare. I almost lost out on it because someone almost tried to buy it under me, realizing what it was, and I caught on to the fact that they figured out what it was when before it happened, and I stopped it and was able to make it happen for myself. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, they tried to finagle it under the belt, and I'm like, hold on, something ain't right here. And I caught on pretty quick, and I figured it out. So I picked it up for a heck of a deal, and it's a rare piece. I'm glad to have it. And again, I will do a video on it. I just haven't got there yet. I've had a lot of issues with my internet lately and stuff like that, but we'll get some more videos coming out here soon.
Awesome. Man, I'm looking forward to the video on that. And Pat, there's a reason I saved you for last.
I'm at the end.
I think you have at least one mil cert back there, don't you?
I've got three.
So
Anyway, I've got more upstairs, but anyway, my big three. I've got a 1918 Mosin Nagant that was never taken out of the Cosmoline. I took it out. I cleaned it up. I probably had 20 shots through it. That's one that's upstairs. The one I have behind me is one I did the video with tonight with the rare cartridges from World War II on my Cold Bore, Cold Beer, Cold War shots tonight on the video that I did tonight. That one, the wood stock and everything was junk on it. The barrel was good, action was good, stock was rotten. It was crap. And then I've got another one upstairs, and that's a 16-inch. I've got another 16-inch right behind it, right up there on the shelf. That is a Korean War or Vietnam era because it's Chinese Type 53. And it actually has, I'm guessing from, and this is all just from what I can gather on it, on the stock and everything that's been carved into it. It has the soldier's name carved into the stock.
wow.
It's got the number of kills on it.
My goodness.
Because it's got the hashes and the slashes on it. I'm guessing. This is all just hearsay. This is all from what I can gather from history and everything. So nothing is backed up. So, but it's got that on it, and it's got the folding bayonet and everything on it. And it's got the year carved into it in 72 from when it was
72.
carried. So I'm guessing somebody in Vietnam carried it and had some kills behind it. And I'm not glorifying any of that or anything. I'm just saying
Yeah.
this is what I can gather.
It's a part of history, though.
Yeah, it's a big part of history. So I get it out, I shoot it every once in a while, I clean it up, and I hang it up. So
Yeah.
it's something that I'm gonna shoot it every once in a while. I'm not gonna put a lot of rounds through it, but it's a big chunk of history. That one's a big chunk of history because that's a 44, and that one's a 53 that I'm pretty sure has gone through Vietnam. So it's and then I've got a 19. My buddy's got it right now. He's refinishing it because he does Garen's. Uh, he's got a Battlefield 1944 Garand that he's redoing the woodstock and stuff on. He knows how to press the bumps and stuff out without taking any of the marks and stuff out of it. He's just cleaning it up. Like just doing a nice Battlefield cleanup and just making it look right again. Because it looked pretty ugly when I got a hold of it, but
Yeah.
once he gets done with it, hopefully it'll look like something presentable. So
Yeah.
that's my newest one. So if it's anything, I don't care if it's whether it's a Japanese rifle or anything. If I can snag onto something with a piece of history on it, I'm all for it. Doesn't matter if it's Storm Gewehr or Storm Gewehr. Geez, that's way out of my price range. Holy
Yeah.
crap! That would be the golden child right there, as far as I'm concerned. But those are some of the ones I have. So I'm pretty lucky. I'm lucky. I'm lucky to have some pieces of history.
Yeah, that's really nice, Pat. I mean, it is nice to have a piece of history like that. For myself, I guess probably the only thing I have is the Winchester 12 gauge shotgun, the 1897, and it's used in World War One as a trench gun. Is basically the use of it, and it was actually declared by the enemy as unfair. And I've not done a video on that gun yet. It still has a few pieces that need to be checked out and everything. But that also is a beautiful, beautiful shotgun. That just looking at it, you can see the history in it. The
I hate to
craftsmanship.
cut you off, Hillbilly, but is that the pump or is that the semi-auto?
Pump.
Okay, all right, because really quick, I've got the Remington Model 11 with the barrel shroud and everything, with the full choke and the muzzle brake on it that came from World War II, too. That I'll have to show you guys some night.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. But I'll make a video on this gun. Sometime. It's just it's it's just a part of history, and I'm happy to have it in my collection and stuff. But so anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in to the drawing tonight. So if you have not yet, if you just joined us, or even if you was the first one in, make sure you get the hashtag HBN for Hillbilly Nation and 21. So it's hashtag HBN21, and we will get this drawing. And what we're going to do tonight, as usual, that I've been doing, and I hope you guys are not sick of this. I know a lot of people that's had it has enjoyed a knife, and so I will be giving away this Albatross knife again here tonight. I have some more stuff that's also going to be coming up that we're going to be giving away too in the near future. I just like to get it. I like to test it before I even give it away. It's all metal. It's got a pocket clip on there, straight blade, serrated blade. It's got a bottle opener. It has a window breaker on it, glass breaker, seat belt or a rope cutter on it. It also has a fire starter stick in here and a flashlight. And I ran my batteries down on this, showing it so many times. But it's got a really nice little LED flashlight with a magnet on the back of it. And this is all metal. It's nice to keep in a range bag or in the console of the vehicle. It's not super high dollar or nothing like that, but it is nice to have. Those come in 4 different colors: black, red, green, and blue. So whoever wins tonight, let me know. Yeah, look at there. Pat's got one. Bubba's got one. I know Mark has one. I believe Gary has one. And so there's a lot of people in the side chat, I think, that might have one. It's just a fun little prize here. And so anyway, yeah, I think Gary's got his red. We got all different colors: red, green, just all kinds of colors. So anyway, let me know if you win, what color you'd like. I'll give you my email here in a minute. But without any other further ado, let's just go ahead and spin this wheel, and we will find out who tonight's winner is. So let me get this pulled up here. We have 18 entries tonight. And wind this thing up. And let's give it a spin and see who's going to win tonight, guys.
Spin it.
Bearded Lunchbox. All right. Congratulations, buddy. I'll write your name here down so I don't forget. All right. Got your name written down. And congratulations, Bearded Lunchbox, on the win tonight. So send me an email. Here's my email, buddy. And send me an email. Let me know what color you'd like with your address. And I'll get that shipped right out to you. Because and the most usually get it pretty quick because I sending these from Amazon. So there's sometimes it's the next day or, just a 2-day delivery. So anyway, Bearded Lunchbox, let me know where to send this at. And just real quick before we go on to the next topic, is there anybody else that needs to jump off right now? And we'll let you plug your channel. Mark. So, Mark, go ahead and plug your channel, buddy. I appreciate you being on this evening. You're on mute, buddy.
Sorry about that.
There we go. We can hear you now.
I appreciate being here. It's always wonderful to have an invite. I'm going to step out, getting up early, and heading up to the airsoft field with my son. Not too much a plug for my channel. I do some leather work, some adventures with my son, a little bit of reloading, casting, shooting, good times, and hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Remember Memorial Day and what it's for, and I'll see y'all. Thank you.
All right, Mark. Thank you so much for being on tonight, buddy. You have a wonderful weekend. Appreciate you. We'll see ya.
Have a good one, Mark.
All right. I don't know if Scotsman he said he's having trouble with his internet earlier. We'll see if he shows back up here. But if not, Scotsman, we're glad to have you on tonight too. So, let's find out. Let's see which topic we want to go to next. Of course, I always try to have several loaded up in here. Oh, I got a good one for. Well, let's hold off on that because there's two or three things that go along with this one. So let's here. Let's go with this one. This one will be hopefully a lot of fun for everybody. So let's go ahead and we'll start down the bottom with you, Gary. So what car would you want for car shows and cruising the Old Town Square, Sonic, and so on? What would be that? It don't necessarily have to be classic, but what car, if you could choose any of them?
Something I had, or
No, I mean just anything. Just like you're like, man, I'd really like to have this car. I would take it to car shows. I'd like to cruise the local, Town Square or Sonic. What do you think you would look good in, taking to the car show and cruising in?
gosh, there's a lot of things I'd love to have. I mean, it didn't give me much time to think, but I saw one of these at a car show. I actually owned one. It was my first car. So if I could find one, oh boy, I would try to find another 64 Chevelle and fix it up. I've seen somebody brought one to a car show back home about 5 years ago in the town I used to live in. That was still a nice looking car. I'd love to have one. It'd bring back memories just to be behind the wheel. I had a lot of fun in that old car.
Oh man, that is a nice car right there.
Nice.
You picked a
Okay,
good
so
one.
what did it have underneath the hood?
230 straight six. It wasn't a powerhouse by any means. It was bored out to 235.
Well, hey, you know what? Good looks and reliable.
Yeah, had two-speed
Yeah.
automatic tranny in it.
Power glide.
the old cast iron power glide.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that
Raced
thing
the
run
days of
though.
myself.
Now it wasn't
Yep.
a speed. You didn't run the quarter in it. It wasn't a speed demon. You might get it up to 65 or 70 if you was downhill and had a little bit of time to get it up to speed. You could get it that fast.
Well, believe it or not, that power glide is still used today in a lot of race cars.
Yep.
Very simple transmission, very durable. It's almost bulletproof, and it's used in circle track cars and on the drag strip. Believe it or not, so you put enough horsepower behind that thing, she'll skeet, and yeah, still probably. I mean, it's still like those and the old 3-speed manual transmissions are probably the most sought after by race car people today. I mean, they come up with like a lot of new stuff, but those are they're good old school. They're bulletproof.
Yep.
You know,
Muncie 4-speeds.
oh yeah. Well, Muncie 4-speed is another one, no doubt about it. So,
The old school mechanics knew what they was doing back then, though.
oh
Yes,
yeah,
they did. Yes, they did.
you betcha. 3 on the tree. Actually, Garage Guy, my dad had a 67 Chevy short bed. It had 307 V8 in it
Yeah.
with 3 on the tree. Beautiful truck. I would take that out every now and then when he'd let me. And of course, it just light up the tires. And if I took it out and drove it calmly, he'd never say a word. If I ever got out and I'd like spin the tires and everything, I clean all the rubber off the bed, whatever, so it didn't look like I did anything. And he would know. He'd like, okay, I told you not to be spinning tires on my truck. You can't take it out again. I'm like, how in the world is he finding this out? I was like on a backside of the, mile square. Nobody's around, how in the world? And so later on in life, I asked him, I said, so how did you know when I would like take the old truck out and rip it around? He said, well, the spare tire is always in the center of the cab up against the cab. And anytime you take it out and rip it around, that spare tire would slide backwards or whatever. And so that's how he caught me every time. It was like a spare tire laying in the bed of the truck. I'm like,
Yep.
16-year-old, and I thought I knew everything, and I couldn't figure that out,
If the tire moved, you were just hosed right there.
Yeah. But
Oh, that's
yeah,
funny.
that's how he always knew. So, Pat, what car would you choose if you could, have the day? Take the car shows, go cruising in, whatever the case might be. You want to cruise by the old Sonic or Mel's Drive-In, if you can still find one of them, or Dog and Suds even. Who remembers the Dog and Suds? That was before Sonic even come out,
Yep.
It was kind of
We
a
had one of-
Midwest thing.
Yeah, we had one of them round up my place before Sonic took over. So,
Yep. Hot dogs, and I
I
believe A&W root beer, I believe, was their main deal. It's called Dog and Suds. So,
Yep. We had one of those. Well, I had my dream car. It was a 1978 Malibu SS Classic, and I took it in when I was through auto body school. It had the little 305 in it, but somebody put a fast burn 355 with a 350 with the overdrive tail on it. It wasn't in the transmission; it was on the tail. And somebody stripped the drive shaft and everything on it, and it was. So I took it in. It had some rust on the underside of it. Redid the frame, redid the bodywork, and I had a checkered flag on both sides, streaming all the way to the back of the trunk. I'm gonna have to show you guys some pictures sometime. It was an absolutely beautiful car. Anyway, got done with it. Only had it a year after I got done with the paint job. Been pulled over twice in it, of course. And deer stepped out in front of me and completely leveled from the hood all the way up to the windshield and everything, shoved everything in. Absolute junk. And I wasn't even speeding at that time. And anyway, got rid of that car, but my most favorite car, and you're all gonna laugh. I want a 1972 Caprice Aero Coupe 2 with all the vented slots in the trunk and in the hood, with a 383 full roller with a 9-inch Ford out back. With a Muncie 4-speed, and I want it supercharged.
You don't ask for much, Pat. No, you don't ask for much, buddy.
No, I don't. And I want a set of at least 12-inch Mickey Thompsons on each side, and I want it tubbed and I want it to look like it's just gonna kill somebody with red headlights and a red underglow.
There you
I've already got everything on the computer. It's already there. And I'm gonna call it 2 tons of fun.
Well, Michael Dunn said he sent me an email here. What he picked up, so I will be pulling that up and showing you guys here. Yeah, you don't ask for much, Pat. That's you can probably find that in a car
I'm
lot
simple.
on any car
I'm
lot
simple.
today.
It would definitely be a custom build. And to give you a little bit of backstory on the 72, I used to race the 72 back in the day on dirt track. And that was one of the best cars I ever had, and it was the most winningest cars I ever had. That thing, I went to 3 different tracks and won 14 races in 1 year with that one car in 1 year. And that was hands down the best freaking car I ever drove.
My goodness. Well, I just want to say real quick, Michael Dunn, I ain't got your email yet, buddy. Let me put the email back up there. Where is it? I haven't got it yet. Not saying it's not going to come in, but anyway, there's my email. So, we'll be happy to share it if I get it here. So, Bubba, okay, Bubba, before you even answer, I was going to picture something that come out of Mad Max. Be the car for you. No?
Nope. I've got 3.
You got 3.
The first one wins over all of them. And before I say this, I want everybody to understand that when I say this car's name, I'm not talking about anything from the new movies or anything from the 90s and up. I want the original Adam West Batman mobile. I would love to cruise around in that thing like nobody's business.
All right, cool.
That was one of the coolest cars that I watched when I was a kid, because I didn't watch any like the newer stuff as I was growing up. I always watched like stuff in the 60s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s is what I grew up watching. And I was born in 88, so like this it's just all the way up to there. So
you're talking with the big gumball machine on top, the great big
absolutely.
Red. Oh yeah,
absolutely,
perfect.
Little bubble windows, rear windows, and everything. I want it. I want one of those. The other 2 cars, one of them is a 64 and a half Mustang. I would love to own one of those. And then the last one is a 69 or a 70 Chevy Nova.
Oh, yeah.
Those would be my dream cars, but the Batmobile wins out over the other 2.
Well, Bubba, I hate to disappoint you. At one time, I had a 66 Nova, and it was in primer black with the Playboy bunny painted on the hood.
Mother of God. Why is it gone?
And it even had not only traction bars, it had the rail bars on it, the sub connectors, connect the subframes, and that's one of the ones that I really liked back in the day. I mean, the car was, it was not in great shape, but it was cool looking. At least it seemed like it to me.
But yeah, so, like I said, old school Batmobile wins out all day, every day. I don't like the new crappy, especially the ones with the Christian Bale one, that giant chunky tank. is what it is. No, not that, and not anything from like Batman Forever or any of those movies. No, I want old school Adam West. That's what I want.
There, I don't blame you. Okay, Michael Dunn.
Yeah, you're talking about the old tumbler, the one that looks like a flying V with the duals out back
Flying V.
and the Gumby wheels up front. It was Chevrolet powered. It was when they built that car, I watched the doc on that car, and it was a Chevrolet 350 on. It was supercharged, and they actually designed that thing. It was kind of a design marvel at the time. I mean, it looked ugly as sin. Don't get me wrong, but as far as the steering and everything, the engineers and everything put into that, I could appreciate the engineering that the tumbler was put into, because man, there was a lot of engineering put into that car. But it was a
Big piece of
heavy SOB. Heavy.
that original
heavy
Batman mobile was based on a Lincoln. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll take it one
Tailpin?
step further. If I was to get a motorcycle, it would be a trike, and I would trick it out to look like a kid's big wheel. The little old play school.
There you go.
I'm talking streamers out the handles and everything. I don't care. Like it's going to look like it's plastic as I'm driving it.
There you go. It says it was made from a 1959 Ford Futura. Michael Dunn, I still have not got that email, buddy. Doggone it.
Well, if it's based off of a Lincoln too, that means I got to drive around and pretend I'm like Matthew McConaughey. Elijah,
The
drive
Lincoln
my
Warrior.
Lincoln. Think about the important things in life. Why am I here? When I'm done rolling up this booger, should I flick it out the window or keep rolling it?
Hot Rod Lincoln.
Oh, that's funny.
See, no, I've not got any emails.
Check your
from you
spam.
guys. What's going on here?
Check your spam. It might send it straight to spam.
Under spam?
Yeah, it might do. It does it to me sometimes. Did it to me whenever Garage Guy emailed me.
Wow. Well, but Garage Guy, he might be under spam.
Under a
Okay,
can of
one
spam.
more.
We've got this.
Oh, okay. It
go
was
ahead.
under spam. Good call.
No problem.
Thank you, buddy. Oh, nice. So Michael Dunn sent this in, and the way I took it there, he recently purchased this. So nice.
Oh, here we go.
Look at that.
Now that's old school.
Yeah.
Nice.
That is nice.
Let's see.
I wish it was Odie
Oh,
Green,
wait.
though. It needs to be
There you
Odie
go,
Green
Odie.
with like a star on the hood.
Yep.
Well,
Totally
so-
agree, Bubba.
That's a CJ5, I assume. And do you guys know a stock CJ5 like that will fit in the bed of a full-size pickup? Because I've loaded mine in one before. You drive right up over the fender wells, and there's no room to crawl out. You gotta crawl out over the bed of the truck, but they will fit in the size of a full-size, at least Chevy, I know, because that's what I had. Man, I got in a lot of trouble on mine. Mine ended up being jacked up with like 35-inch tires on it. and just got me in all kinds of trouble. So, all right.
I hear you. I hear you. I
Yeah.
had an 84 with 85 with 35s on it. It got me into a lot of trouble.
Oh man, it did. I did get in trouble. Yeah, Bearded Lunchbox. I did get yours, your email, with what color you wanted and everything, and I'll get that sent right out to you, buddy. And he wants blue knife. So,
Well, and
all right.
actually, if you think about it, the original Jeeps were the original ATVs back in the
Okay.
day.
He says 73 CJ5. Mine was a 76. And man, I love that Jeep. 3-speed on the floor is what it had. When somebody said earlier, I don't remember on the panel about somebody in their family being an ambulance driver. Those things
Now,
like
Mark,
turned over like you wouldn't believe. Like they were very
Top
top
heavy.
heavy on that small wheelbase, and I mean they turned over a lot from what I understand.
Back on the knife.
So
I would like for that knife to come out in Hemi orange. I'd buy that in a
Mine-
heartbeat.
Hugger
Mine says
orange.
got a Fuhrbanger in it. Old Willie's Jeep. Oh man, yeah, those are sweet.
Yes, when I think too much smoke does come out of my eyes. Sometimes out of my mouth and my nose.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Michael, for sharing that. That is awesome, man. I hope you enjoy that.
Yeah. Yep. Enjoy it because those are fun little vehicles. One of the old farmers around here has one of the CJ Jeeps after World War II.
Yeah.
They have the 3-point hitch on the back of it with the little plows and stuff that you could put on behind them. And I actually helped restore some of that equipment on them. And that was optional equipment after the war because they were trying to make it into a versatile sub category of vehicles to go farm with and be on the farm and everything with. And they actually had a planter that would go on behind that. I can't remember all the particulars, but I got the hydraulics and stuff working that was on the back of this little Willys Jeep. It was a 47, if I remember correct. And they were neat. I mean, they really were. Had a little hydraulic pump on the left-hand side down by the floorboard, and you could actuate to turn on the pump. So that way you could run the lever and everything on it to run the pump and run 3-point on. And it was actually really cool. I mean, I got to work with it a little bit, and they were kind of neat. They really were. So, I mean, it wouldn't haul no 3 or 4 bottom plow, but it was just a little 2 bottom plow that you could put on behind them, or a little disc, or, just a little equipment. And it was neat.
You wouldn't want to work 80 acres for that, though.
Mm-mm. No way in hell, Gary. We've been through that situation before, haven't we? We've talked about that a couple times on some of my lives.
Yep, you gotta get done sometime this month.
Right. But no, just a little cool little piece of history that when the CJs came out of World War II, They tried to make them versatile for farm.
Yeah, I
Moving
never heard
cows
anything
around
about that. That's a
pasture,
cool
just-
story. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, yeah, you can look it up on the internet. They had all sorts of different attachments for them. It was pretty neat. I got lucky that I got to work on one of them. You know, the seals and stuff were pretty simple on the cylinders and stuff like that. So it wasn't a real big thing to outsource.
I appreciate that, Ron. Ron Wayne, John Wayne's nephew.
No, I
That
haven't
joke's
been
not
keeping
gonna
up
go.
with the chat. But anyway, so well, since Hillbilly ain't here, Gary, what's our next topic?
Sorry.
Oh, now he's back.
He's
Yeah, I
back.
had
He said,
to-
they're taking over my show, doggone it.
I had to run to the little boy's room there and see a man about a dog real quick.
I see how it is.
That's all right. I was just trying to keep the show moving.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, guys. And so anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this show up, guys. Before we like say goodbye and plug channels and stuff, any guys on the side chat or in the panel got anything else to say? Anything you want to add to what we was on tonight, what we've talked about, or anything like that? Oh, real quick though, I want to say hi to Misty, Mrs. Wayne, and a few others that's jumped on here just recently, and I want to thank you all for showing up. Ron Wayne, and see who else we had jump in here lately. DJ Play Nice. I think when we was doing the roll call earlier, he was not in here. And Michael Dunn, Bearded Lunchbox, and Bearded Lunchbox actually won the prize for the night. GGW. Big P. He wasn't in here earlier for the roll call. And I hope I'm not missing anybody. Scrolling through here. Man, I hope I didn't miss you. If I do, I apologize. Dale Pogue, Chad Kelly jumped in at some point. Sorry, guys. I want to make sure Garage Guy, I didn't miss somebody earlier tonight. And then when he jumped on later, Dwayne 7834, I believe earlier he said he had to go. But anyway, I just want to thank you all for jumping on this evening. I really do appreciate you all very much, the side chat and the panel. Real quick, Bread Lunchbox said he'd have a 1972 Nova SS Candy Apple Green. Oh yeah, man, you can't find very many people that can do a candy apple paint job anymore. I mean, that is some talent right there, some true talent.
Yep, those candy colors, especially if you get in a high flake in there. Ugh, that is hard to do flat. It really is.
It is. It takes true talent.
I used to be a body guy, so that is hard to do, to get the shine right and lay it flat. Oof, that is hard.
Yeah, it's a process.
You better have a good gun.
Yeah. So, real quick, is anybody before we go go through each one of them. Is anything else you guys want to say about tonight? Anything you want to add to the show or anything?
Do not forget those that were lost. Remember them fondly, and honor their sacrifice.
Yeah, 100%, Bubba. Yes, thank you. And so, with that said, Bubba, let's just go ahead and we'll just start out with you, buddy. Anything you want to plug? Tell us a bit about what you do, what your show is, and everything. And guys, I'm telling you right now, if you're not gone over and seen Bubba, his channel, get over there, do yourself a favor, subscribe. But I will be finishing up that video you did today. I got to watch the first half of it before we went on live here. I was cracking up. That news deal you do about other YouTubers and stuff, I mean, it cracks me up. I mean, besides of your regular gun content and everything, but what's so funny about that is we know these people, and so it's just it just cracks me up every time. So I hope you can keep doing that.
I think as far as that's concerned, I'm probably going to do one every Wednesday. If it all depends on my work. If people don't show up and I have to cover their shift until they get in or whatever, which happens quite often because we got one person that always comes in an hour and 30 minutes late. Don't know how she's keeping her job, but whatever. But probably going to be doing those on Wednesdays from now on. Try to do one every week. And
Awesome.
It might not always be funny, but if anybody has anything that they want me to do in my videos for those, if there's anything you guys want to see, drop it down to the newest one I just did. It's called A Whole New BM. For the first part of the title, should be the first one that comes up. Yes, I make a bowel movement joke. Yes.
Yeah.
Bubba Media News Network, and BM is for short. So,
and I think we just real quick, Bubba, I think we got maybe one or two people out there at the ranch. So somebody could post Bubba's last video out there. Go check it out, and I would enjoy seeing this every week, Bubba. And I mean, it's just so fun because it's so current, and with people in our community and everything, and I just find it hilarious, buddy. So I'm sorry. Go ahead. I just want to make sure we get people over there to watch this.
No, you're good, brother. As far as anything else coming out with me right now, I just finished building my 300 Blackout. Got all the parts on it. Well, most of the parts. I can't get the trigger guard because I got to get some push pins because I don't know where mine have gone. I think my uncle borrowed them, and when my uncle borrows stuff, he loses them. So I got to work on the trigger guard and stuff. Trying to find a Shake Wake red dot for it that has an OD green coating with black, black around the lenses and stuff like black accents and stuff for the turrets and stuff. Trying to find one like that. It's been a real pain. So if anybody knows anything about that, let me know. But we're going to be doing a range video on that here soon. And,
actually, Bubba, go look at Monstrum Tactical. They've got a Shake Awake one right now, and I think you can get it in 2 different colors, if I remember right. Just go onto their website, go take a look at it. I can't remember for sure on the color, but it's Shake Awake, and I think it might be right up your alley.
All right, awesome.
I really think so.
I appreciate that, Pat. I appreciate that. But we're going to do a range video on that. I got about 300 rounds going to be coming to me here soon. I don't know when they're going to get in because shipping's been delayed a lot because of the Memorial Weekend sales and stuff like that. So it might not be this week. It might be next week. I don't know. But hopefully we get out there and get one. It's a tack driver. For those of you who don't know, I can't say the price, but it's under 230 acorns. And that's white oak acorns, by the way, just in case Boomstick watches. It's white oak acorns, so they're pretty normal to find. And it has a chrome lined barrel for that
Nice.
price. And the only thing it didn't come with was a bolt and
Nice.
carrier group and a charging handle. And I already bought a Strike Industries charging handle, and it uses a 5.56 bolt and carrier group, so I just used the one out of a 5.56. So I really did not care after that point. Building that budget 300 Blackout, it's looking pretty nice. It looks like it's going to be a tag driver. Got a bunch of OD green parts on it and stuff, and we're going to be working on that. But other than that, guys, keep getting at it.
All right. Thanks a lot, Bubba. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Gizzard.
Appreciate you. Always a blast, man, having you on here. So we'll go on down to you, Pat. And what you got coming up? Tell people about your channel and
Well, just got done doing the old cold bore, cold beer, cold war shot on there, even though it took me 5, so the barrel was warmed up. But it was some ammo I'd never shot out of that gun. But anyway, it was a good video. Had fun shooting it. And thank you, Gizzard, for linking my channel out there. And I will look forward to seeing you out there on Thunder on the Prairie again. That's going to be a good time. As long as you bring that old high standard 22
Yep, we'll bring it.
to shoot again.
And some other
man,
fun things.
I'm sure you're going to bring plenty of fun things. And I'm going to bring plenty of fun things.
We're bringing
too,
toys.
Man, yeah, everybody's bringing toys because the last time I looked, I had to get my daughter booked. She's coming out, and she's going to shoot with us this year.
awesome.
There was one spot left on Saturday, and there was only 2 or 3 spots left on Sunday. So yeah, it's Thunder on the Prairie is just about completely booked, completely to the gills.
Wow.
So, yeah,
that's awesome.
It's going to be a good time.
Oh yeah.
So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to shooting with Gizzard, Squib, everybody. It's I'm gonna do a little. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
While you're talking about that, man, I wanted so much to go. I'm just not able to make it. And I want to do a shout out Travis P11 and Defense Dad. They're the ones that's putting us on. So if you want, any information about Thunder on the Prairie, you can check out Travis P11's channel or Defense Dad's channel, and you get the information there. They have it. I've not got to go. I've heard about it, and I really wanted to go this year. I thought I was going to be able to make it, but they're going to have to where like other YouTubers there also. So there'll be a day like you can actually film. If you do have a YouTube channel and stuff like that, whereas a lot of ranges won't let you. They have the entire range, if I'm not mistaken, for the 2 days. If I'm not mistaken, so it's good. It sounds like a blast. I wish I could make it this year. Hopefully, I can make it next. But go ahead, Pat. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted to plug Travis and Defense Dad on that. So
No, that's great. I'm glad that you plugged them because Hillbilly, we would love to have you up there next year. We really would. And Bubba, if you want to come on up, it's a blast. It really is. Bubba, I'm inviting you and Hillbilly. You guys need to come on up because you guys would have an absolute blast with Gizzard, Squibload, and we had a blast. So the very first year we had a absolute blast. And then that was just a 1 day show. This year it's a 2 day show. First year is going to first year we are well, actually the second year we are going to have a competition shoot where we just have some fun and we can blow off some steam and everybody gets to meet each other. And then the second day we're going to go around to different ranges and shoot and be able to record for half an hour at wherever we want to go to. So it's going to be a blast. And Gizzard, can't wait to see you again, brother.
I'll be there.
Real quick, I want to welcome
Nice.
Moondog in
Awesome.
here, and we'll get to you in just a minute, Moondog.
No problem.
Moondog.
Hey guys.
Dog.
Hey, buddy. While they're doing this, Chad Kelly asked, and can you guys answer this? Want to know where it's at? So, Thunder on the Prairie.
Firth, Nebraska. Right outside of Firth, Nebraska. At Nebraska Shooters. That's what the place is called.
Yep.
Yeah, and when I looked it up, there
Yep.
was like
And
right
there's
there close.
still
There was
couple of
motels
slots
and everything to stay in. Yeah, and actually,
Yeah, about 15 to 20 minutes away.
Pat and Gary probably has traveled just dang near as much as I would have to, or Bubba, to get there.
It's a 3-hour drive for me. Not bad at all.
Oh, that's not bad.
I think it's 6 hours, six and a half hours for me. But
Yeah, about 3.5, 3 to 3.5, depending on which roads I drive. So yeah, not bad, not bad.
a little farther from Moondog.
Oh, quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, guys, let's welcome Moondog on here. We're just kind of going through the channel, and we're about to end this, going through the panel.
Oh,
Man,
sure.
I'm so glad you can make it on tonight. Anyway, happy anniversary. You said
Thank you
that
so much.
earlier, you and your wife's anniversary today. Congratulations
Yeah,
on that,
congrats,
buddy.
man.
Thanks. Yeah, 23 years now. So
Wow.
23 years.
yeah,
Deal. Good deal.
Dang, man.
we got to the point in our marriage where I would ask her like, "What do you want? What do you want me to get you for your anniversary?" She's like, "We got too much stuff in the house. Just take me to dinner." So
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I'm just
Man,
glad that
so
we were
glad
able
to
to join you guys.
Yeah. And so real quick, let's finish up Gary. Let him plug his channel and stuff, and we'll come
sure.
to you and we'll just let you finish up the show. So Gary, what you got coming up, buddy?
Well, let's see. The schedule's going to be a little different because I'm going to be, as you know, out of town this weekend at Thunder on the Prairie. So my normal Foul Territory show that I'm due on Friday, we're going to move that up to Thursday evening. So I won't have to worry
Alright.
about trying to do that from the road because there's probably not enough internet in that place to even think about doing a live stream. Besides, I'm probably going to be doing other things. Something tells me. So anyway, yeah, Thursday night, 10 Eastern, 9 Central, we'll have my Foul Territory live stream where we talk about guns. We have a prize giveaway and we show people's gore. And if you got pictures of this new gun, new knife, or want to make fun of somebody on my panel with a meme, you can do that. We have a lot of fun for a couple hours on my show every week. So if you haven't stopped by and check it out, I wish you would and come say hi. We'd love to have you. Other than that, I've got a review video to come out on some excess sites that I installed on my P365, and I've got on my reviews channel. Of course, I do pocket knife reviews, gear reviews, and other reviews. So I have 2 channels that I post things on. So anyway, thanks to everybody out there, and thanks to you for having me on this evening, kind sir.
Oh man, Gary, always a blast to have you on. Thank you so much. And make sure you guys go over to Gary's channel. If you're not subscribed, do yourself a favor and subscribe to these guys' channel. I mean, Pat in the Bunker, Bubba, Moondog, the other panelists on here, and even out in the side chat, there is, I mean, just lined up with great content creators that have awesome content. So make sure you check them all out and go there and subscribe to them. And you ain't gonna be disappointed. There's no doubt about that. So Gary, what was it I was gonna say? Oh yeah, when you're talking about make fun of somebody on the panel, I believe the gun snob most usually gets the butt of all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And rightly so. I mean,
yeah. I mean, it's work just
Yep.
to jump on there and listen to
Yep.
all the slack that the gun snob gets, But
but
he
I
can
do
give
want
it
to,
back too.
speaking of the gun snob, happy anniversary to him and his wife Stacy, and they
They have an anniversary too. Great.
and they are out in Colorado on a little weekend camping vacation. So I don't know if they're listening in or not, but guys, happy anniversary! Have fun out there and be careful.
Yeah, for sure. And so after your chat last night, I finally crashed and went to bed. Gary, did you stay up with them till they got all the way to Colorado or what?
No, but I was up until 3 o'clock in the morning. I decided I need to get to bed because I had to be up at 9. So it's like I got 6 hours to sleep. Well, wouldn't you know, it took me till 6 o'clock just to fall asleep. So I drove to my daughter's today and visited with 3 hours sleep. So needless to say, after we went out for lunch and did a little bit of shopping, we all came home and took naps in the afternoon
yes.
before I headed home.
You needed it for that drive back.
That's
right?
right.
I ain't even hit my 40s and I see myself taking naps already. I'm worried.
Well, we'll welcome Moondog on here again. And so, Moondog,
Yes, sir.
tonight's topics, which Pat in the Bunker already won, but if you'd like to, you could join in on this. We started out the night with the panel. See who did the best impression of me.
I don't know if I
So,
can do that.
do you want to give it a shot?
Give a shot of a good impression of you. No, can't do it.
No, don't want to do it. Okay, I understand. And then we talked about the what's coming up with this weekend. Memorial Day weekend and the importance in it and what it means to you. So, would you like to say anything about that, buddy?
Absolutely. I always celebrate my grandfather, my maternal grandfather was in the U.S. Army, and he served in the Philippines. He was a Philippine scout for the U.S. Army, and he didn't survive World War II. He died in the Bataan Death March. But if it wasn't for him, my family wouldn't have been able to immigrate to the United States, and I wouldn't be here. So I honor him every Memorial weekend. So, and I've got family in the military, former military. So I always respect all of those who served and gave the greatest sacrifice.
Man, that is awesome. And I didn't know you had family come from the Philippines.
Mm-hmm. Actually, technically, I was born there. I was
Really?
emigrated when I was 3. But yeah, my mom was a nurse, and she came out here with me, and but it was kind of funny. I'm still I'm learning stories about what happened with my family in the Philippines, but it got kind of weird out there with the Japanese taking over everything.
Yeah, at one point, yes.
Yeah, so we lost a lot of the family records when I'm not still don't know whether or not the Japanese burned the town hall, or if the records were burned to keep from falling into the Japanese hands. But the things like, she had to like hide photos of my grandfather because they obviously didn't want the enemy soldiers to find out that she was married to a U.S. soldier. But of course, the wonderful thing about the world now is Japan's a great country where we're allies now, and some of my best friends are Japanese and national Japanese. So it just gives me good vibes and good feelings that even the most heart-wrenching kind of conflict between peoples can end up one generation away in a good place.
Yeah. My son-in-law is from the Philippines.
I didn't know that.
And he's actually joined the service. Him and my daughter out in Colorado Springs, that's where he's stationed. And I've heard a lot of stories about the Philippines and everything. He actually moved over a couple of years ago or whatever. And but talking about Jeeps, there are some beautiful Jeeps that got left over in the Philippines, and they make they've took these Jeeps, they stretched them out, they made taxi cabs out of them, they made lowriders out of them, they made hot rods out of them.
Jeepneys.
It's unbelievable what the Philippines had done with these Jeeps that was let there, by United States. I mean, it's a great rabbit hole to go down, if you just search that. I mean, I was totally impressed.
What's crazy is that they still make them using the same patterns and molds that they use to repair the Jeeps. So they're making it from scratch, basically replica Wiley's World War II Jeeps.
Yeah. It's like a remanufactured. Yeah. It's amazing what kind of Jeeps you'll see over there. I mean, it is. I enjoyed it. So let's see, what was the next topic, guys? Guns that is used in war. Any of them that stand out to you or that you might have or might like to have? Guns that firearms that is used in war at some time,
Oh yeah, of course. It was about a year and a half ago. I had an opportunity to pick up a CMP Garand because but I had to pass on it. It was it was the middle of COVID, and I'm like, I should save my money for something else. But the club that I'm in, the Rifle and Pistol Club, the club had 2 Garands from that. The club owned, but there was stupid California laws, and that's kind of redundant to even say stupid California laws. They made it so that entities could no longer own firearms. It had to be to an individual because everything had to be background checked. So the club could no longer own firearms. So the club had to put them up for sale, and of course the club members got the first pick at them. But I was so tempted to pick one of those up. So to answer your question, long ways around, I still would love to get a Garand. It doesn't have to necessarily be pristine, a collector's quality, though. That would be nice. I certainly couldn't afford one of those nowadays, but I would. Yeah. I've shot a couple myself, a couple of the club members' Garands, and they're just beautiful to shoot.
They are, no doubt about that. And the last topic was, so this might be exciting for you. Mm-hmm. If you could choose any car that you would own to take to car shows, go cruise the local Sonic or Town Square, whatever, what car would that be?
I think I'd get the McLaren F1. I always loved that car when it came out. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I thought it was really cool that it had 3 seats and you had like the the driver's seat was in the middle, like
Yeah.
a Le Mans car, and then you had your passengers on either side behind you. I thought that was kind of cool.
See, yeah. Yeah, that way you could have 2 girlfriends, one on each side. Or maybe
Yeah.
your wife and a girlfriend. I don't know.
I'm sure she would really appreciate that.
As a random frying pan just comes flying across the screen. It's
Yeah. It's our wedding anniversary tonight. Doggone it. Yeah. So that's awesome, buddy.
And I wish I could have tuned in to see some of the other panelists' answers on these things.
Well, we sure appreciate you jumping in, buddy. Always enjoy you here. And if you guys have not gone over to Moondog Industries and checked out his videos, and make sure you get over there, subscribe to him. Great. You have so many great
Oh, thank you.
different things. Like you do like some reviews, you do just a lot of different stuff, and your production of your film work is amazing.
Oh, thank you very much.
It's just that right there in its own, the quality of it and all the editing and everything. It's just, hopefully one of these days this old hillbilly can get to something like that. But anyway, why don't you go ahead and plug your channel, buddy? Tell everybody what your channel's about and what you got coming up.
Sure. So I've got 3 channels, and of course, the one that most of you are probably interested in is Moondog Industries, which I have all my pew pew stuff, the guns and the ammo and all things shooting sports. I do also have a gadget channel where I review gadgets and gear and electronics, and that's Moondog Reviews. At Moondog Reviews, they're on YouTube, and a third one that I'm trying to launch out, which is more travel oriented, but also a little bit of airsoft, because every year I run a charity airsoft event in upstate Pennsylvania, and it's coming up actually this June. So half of the proceeds go to the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, so we're really proud about that, and I'm ramping up on a lot of the details, because that's happening at the end of June. We got 1,000 players playing airsoft and just having a lot of fun out in Pennsylvania. I'm jumping on to Players Wanted. He's another YouTuber and TikToker who does a lot of airsoft stuff. So I'm jumping on his live streams on Sundays to just really talk about the event and answer questions and rules. I want to plug one of the reviews I did recently was for this flashlight, this EDC, this new flat EDC light from Monstrum. So we're giving one away tomorrow on I'm pulling a winner. So for those of you who are still watching tonight, the deadline actually was earlier today, but if for you guys who are watching Hillbillies, I'm gonna let you, if you enter the contest right now tonight, I will let you in to the drawing tomorrow. Yeah, just for you guys, just only the people watching tonight. So that's just going to be a little special extra for you guys.
Oh man, you heard it here tonight, guys. Privilege. You get a late entry into this.
Yes. Well, I figured since I'm late, you can get a late entry.
All right, man. We really appreciate that, buddy. And we've got to get, that's in Pennsylvania, we've got to get you in touch with Mark Thomas.
Oh, sure. He's welcome to come out.
His son plays airsoft all the time.
Oh, yeah. He'd love it.
Yeah. They're like into it big time. So, yeah, we've got to get you in touch with Mark Thomas. So maybe, they're in Pennsylvania. And so, perfect setup. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, maybe you and Mark, you guys can get out there and maybe do a little collab or something. That'd be awesome. So I'll get a hold of you and I'll get you Mark's email.
Awesome. Yeah.
I'll send you Mark's email stuff. So that's awesome, man. Thank you so much for that offer on the entry on that. We really appreciate it, buddy. And we thank you so much for jumping on. being your wedding anniversary and everything, and you still get to come on here and then give everybody a great, opportunity to join a great contest, win something nice. I mean, that's really nice.
It's a really bright little light. So, yeah.
Anyway, real quick, I was going to ask or answer this question. G23 asks, what happened with the Suburban? Well, buddy, we ended up finding one down in Arkansas that ended up working out perfect. So we did not actually have to go to, was it Illinois? Yeah, it was Illinois to look at that Suburban. But yeah, my daughter and son-in-law found a wonderful Suburban down there in Arkansas. They're just tickled pink with. I mean,
oh, good.
Anyway,
how many miles on that thing?
It was a 2019. Yeah, 2019. I've looked at so many of them. And anyway, it actually had like 70-some thousand miles on it.
That's not
and
bad.
A friend of mine has a dealership down there. And so I've been a hold of him, like, hey, you see anything good Suburban coming in? Because that's what they're wanting. They have a family of 3 kids, and wanted to, get something bigger, other than the minivan. And he called me and like, man, I got one. They bought it here new. They're trading it back in on a brand new one. So, it's in great condition. So we ran down there and looked at it, and they just bought it on the spot. So, I mean, we really was thankful for that opportunity, them finding a nice vehicle that had been taken care of and all that. So anyway, guys, man, I want to thank you so much. Staying up here later than what we planned on going, but we had fun. We had great topics tonight, great panel, great side chat. We have some, good winners here and everything that, won some nice stuff. Make sure you go over to Moondogs, get entered in his giveaway there. Got hurry up and do it.
Oh, I forgot to post up the link. It's moondogindustries.com/contest for the details, but let me type that in.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and post it up there, buddy. And anyway, while you're doing that, I want to tell everybody, I just want to thank you so much for being here tonight. It makes my heart happy to see you guys join on. I hope you have as much fun as I do, because I have a blast on this. And anyway, remember, God, family, and country. And if the good look, and oh wait, you got to make somebody's day better. It's really easy to do. I mean, give them a smile. Help them with that shopping cart.
Hold the elevator door open for them.
Yeah, hold the elevator. When you're at the grocery store or Walmart, whatever, and there's a shopping cart out there, well, somebody's got to go pick those things up, push it up in the crowd, or take it on into the store. You can do this stuff. You make somebody's day better by just little simple acts of kindness. And, let's just make this world a better place than what it is. And if the good Lord's willing and the creeks don't rise, I'll be seeing y'all again. Hillbilly Nation, I love you. Everybody say good night.